totally been the cold open.
This is Björn Landberg. Welcome to Threefold Talk.
Hey, everybody.
Happy.
We need
Go
to talk
ahead.
there. What is this comment you're putting in chat here, Leigh-A? What is this? What's wrong with Placentamon? We don't like
Placentamon, not placenta Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
You see, Rapunzel loves Placentamon. We're putting in real.
I feel like we need the penetration, GIF with.
We need like
Leigh-A and
we need like an animated
Placenta
Mugsy just coming and go bleh, bleh, or something like that. Like. Let me just adjust the banner because I realize we're gonna have to adjust that every recording now. So
and
it's gonna be chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
So anyway, before we get too in depth, how are you doing, ladies?
Oh man, so excited to talk about more Expanse tonight with you guys.
Yes,
it's like the highlight of this crazy ass week. So I brought the hearts, bringing on the hearts today.
All the hearts. Don't worry, Heather. Mel is on her way. Unfortunately, she got waylaid, on her shadow duties, and is just, out on parade just a fraction longer, but is running her way here as we speak. So she'll be here soon. But yeah,
she's quick. That shadow.
She's fast indeed. So yeah, it's been a week since we started. It's weird. Normally we like, so what do we talk about next week? And then sometimes we plan 6 weeks in a row. But most weeks we're like, what should we do this week? And like maybe next week or something like that. Whereas this week it's been real chill in the chat. So we're like, well, we're just going to talk about the book next week, aren't we? Easy peasy done. Bam.
It is the bonus of doing this all year long.
It was like the chillest week. I didn't have to think. The most stress we got this week, folks, was like, I was like, guys, can you get me like a picture for the thumbnail, like that matches the chapter? Because I don't want to go Googling,
Yeah, we didn't want you to get Google and spoil yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, like that was the the most we had to do this week. It was lovely. And I did read this week, obviously. I assume everyone else read.
Yes. Very last minute, if you've checked Discord tonight, like within the past hour, literally, Paka was not being supportive of my procrastination and wanted to lay on not just my notes, but the book as well. So I'm just like, you're so cute and I love when you do this, but I really literally have to read this right now.
Yeah.
Luckily I was able to like scritch her head and kind of like get her to flop over the other way and like only cover last week's notes so I could still write and read. I quickly picked up the book.
Sometimes you just can't move those cute kitties. They're just too cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too cute. It was so adorable.
Mm-hmm. That picture you posted somewhere was so cute.
Oh yeah, it was, where she's like just fully out on one page and then like pour out a bit on the other page as well, so.
Oh, I totally missed her. She had grabbed both my hand in both her paws and was like putting her face and like rubbing her face into my hand.
Oh.
And I was trying to get a video of that, but like in between like getting the phone open and doing the things, she moved on to doing the next cute thing. So
bless, that's adorable. Heather Sadai, I might have missed it. Heather Sadai, are you reading along for the first time with us? Are you also a first time reader? Because you're putting, it was so hard to stop at chapter 2.
I think she is.
So that, yeah, Very, very cool.
I think there are several first-time readers in the chat. Sound off if you're a first-time reader.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sound off.
Or if you're watching back later, please comment that you're a first-time reader. You know, like me, first-time reader and first-time watcher when we eventually get there. So, and then Amis and Leigh-A are our experts, having both read and watched the series. So
true.
Yeah, is it all 8 books you've read, Amis? Isn't it? You've read them all through, or
all 9?
Or 9.
9
there
books.
We go. 9. There we go. See.
But only once though. I've only read them once.
Right.
So this will be my first read through.
Heather's not a first-time reader, but
okay.
Rapunzel is.
Nice.
Alex is.
Alex.
Patrick is. Nice. You were too excited to stop, Heather. Nice. I love that. Amazing. Folks, if you want to enjoy discussions about this during the week, there is a section in my Discord server. There's 2 threads. There's a thread for those, where it just keeps up with to where we are. And if anybody wants to comment something for, and they're like, hey, just in case you haven't read the chapter yet, spoiler barred. So you have everything is like, this is about chapter 1, for example, this week, spoiler bars, and it'll be hidden away. So you'll be able to click it once you've read the chapter and not be spoiled. And then there is a second thread, which myself and Mel are both not going to look at because that's like full book and TV spoilers. So that's Amis and Leigh-A's world to enjoy there. So I think we just got rated.
That's our playtime.
I think
you
we just
said
got
Mel,
rated.
and I feel like she just came in with a spear.
Did we just summon the other first-time reader?
We
Bam!
did.
Oh, we did!
Hello! Woo! How's it going?
Good. We were just
So good.
just checking in with first-time readers in chat and telling people about the thread channels in the Discord server so they can come and join, whether that's spoiler 3 or spoiler 4. So,
do we have some other people who are first time reading it with us?
Yes, we have Rapunzel,
Yep.
Alex, and Patrick so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I do feel like there's others who aren't
Not
You
there
can't
yet.
make it like is it me?
Like Nimkins, right? Nimkins is first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nims.
Yeah. So
Maury's a first time reader.
Yeah, but he already
He
finished
has-
the whole book. That doesn't
He
count.
just couldn't stop himself. He's doing one. I think he's
wait,
doing the
so-
whole series this year.
So he's the first time reader, but he just read the whole book straight away. Like Maury,
Yeah.
you're no longer a first time reader.
He's blowing past us.
Well, still a first time reader, but not reading along with us.
That's okay.
That's right.
That's okay. That's
He
okay.
was a first time
It's
reader
okay.
2 weeks ago.
I have a tome now. I have an actual.
Ooh, Mike,
Oh man.
I didn't know that I had this, but apparently we've had it on our shelf.
amazing.
That's hilarious.
Mine
Has
is
everyone Matt
downstairs.
read it? Oh my gosh, it's
No,
so
he-
late in the day. Has he read the books?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
Oh wait,
it is an uncracked.
Alex
spine.
also already finished the book.
Nice.
But again, the first book, so not having context for the other books.
Oh,
So-
That's right.
Before we announced it, okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
not.
This
I'm not giving
he had-
anyone shtick, by the way. I'm just having.
I'm
fun,
just wondering
so.
if there was anybody as crazy as we are trying to
Yeah.
hamstring ourselves the way that we've done.
Oh,
Spuds has seen the show, but he's a first time.
Oh, okay. So
cool.
Spuds and I are in the
Yay.
Yes.
same boat.
yeah.
Spuds is a fellow. He's a fellow Shido right now. So,
Yeah.
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 Like we've got people that like identify with each one of us as a
this is fun.
I
right?
identify
Leaders.
with all of you.
Skeeter
True.
and Geeky
My
Glenn are like me,
identity.
where we've read multiple times
Yeah.
and seen the show multiple times, and then I think there's people out there that have read once, like Amis, and seen the show a couple of times. So
Awesome.
Cool. All right. Well, there is a few pieces of fun news we're going to talk about first, and then we will crack
Yes.
into the chapter. So why don't we just hand it over to Mike and Kate for a hot second, and we'll hear all about the news.
brothers and sisters.
It is time to cover up your face.
For the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spheres with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
All right, first up, folks, there's an anniversary today.
Yeah.
It is 36 years since... I should zoom in on that. Let's do that. 36 years since The Eye of the World was published.
That's crazy.
36 years.
36 years.
Wow.
Which means I was 4 years old when the first book came out.
Wow. Way to out yourself.
Yeah. That's fine. I was born in 1985. I don't care about people knowing that. So
I was a sophomore in high school when this came out.
Wow.
seriously?
I was 9.
I know, hard to believe, but
Yeah,
it was.
no, genuinely hard to believe. I thought all three of you were basically the same age, by like a year or two. Wow.
In spirit, Rob, in spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel like I'm 15 years old most days, so, you know.
That's okay. 36 years the Wheel of Time has been in our world, and what an amazing 36 years it has been.
Oh, yeah.
So amazing.
Absolutely wonderful.
Bringing so many people together.
Yes, yeah.
Who knew? Besides Tor, obviously. They knew. Because
I
they
mean,
They knew.
yeah. they knew.
to quite the book deal.
Alex.
4 hours before.
We still love you, even though
Oh.
you're a baby.
Bless you,
Baby.
baby boy.
A glitter baby.
Little baby.
Baby.
We love you.
Yeah, but isn't that so cool? I don't think we've done a show on the anniversary.
No.
Yeah.
So, also, Patrick, you and I need to have a conversation about your comment later. So, DM me at some point. Because that's a first. Anyway, so that's the first piece of news. Happy anniversary to the Eye of the World. It's not a secret thing. It's just going to digress into a side conversation. And I know we need to be on point today because I have 1,000 words in my notes about this chapter.
Yep.
So,
Wow, that's a
yes.
lot of words. I think that's
Exactly.
more than there is in the chapter.
Yeah, I mean, probably getting on towards it, let's be honest. Next up, we have a book review out on dragonmail.com. Yes, our wonderful writer that is Baina Chiad, that we love dearly here at Threefold Talk. She did a series review for the Seaborn Cycle, which has out of context spoilers for the full series, so you can read it if you are like partway through, like a lot of the Living Stands are, for example. I'm only halfway through Stormborn currently. And it didn't reveal anything that I didn't already know from general, people telling you about the book type thing. So it's a really, really good article. I assume everyone's read it. And
Yeah.
that last
The
line.
article, yeah.
I haven't read the article. I want to.
Oh, it's great.
I saw she
Yes,
posted.
she did a great job.
It's like,
Mhm.
man. I need
It's
Yeah.
very, very eloquently written, and I do love the last line.
The last line's hilarious, and it's accurate. I think a lot of us have kind of said that as well. Like, Mel, should we just tell you what the last line is?
Yes.
Yes. So I think I'm gonna paraphrase it slightly, so I can't remember it verbatim, but it is basically, and if you need another reason, lesbian pirates.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's yeah.
Or bisexual pirates, let's be honest.
I mean,
Eventually,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a great article.
Can I just say also about that, not lesbian and bisexual and specifically, but I have to say for a male writer that Dr. Livingston has done a really good job with female characters.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Yeah.
some writers that are men that do not do a good job at all.
really.
I would say he's done a really good job with female characters.
Sorry.
So anyway, just saying that's just more praise. Thank you, Dr. Livingston, for being educated and just wonderful. So
Yeah. He's a good egg, that one.
He is a good
he
Yeah.
is.
We'll keep him.
We like that guy.
We'll keep him.
We'll keep him around. Speaking of good
We'll
eggs,
keep him.
Nikhil has a nice announcement to make. Again, I should zoom in on this. So the cat is officially out of the bag, folks. He is a panelist for the SCL, which stands for something I should have Googled. Do apologize.
I think if you scroll it in the pictures, it might say.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
So click.
Right.
Wait, the little arrow button down.
Oh, right. Hey, there we go.
I think it said, maybe not. There's a couple of pictures. I feel like it said, but maybe. Nope, just kidding.
Nope.
I lied.
We looked it up last time, and I can't remember what it was.
Society for the
Cinematic
lyricists.
The Scuzzy Clan Lego Masters.
Yes.
Right?
Let's say something really dirty.
Society of Composers and Lyricists.
Oh. Boring. I liked mine better.
Sorry. Yours is way better.
Sexy something liquors. That's all I'm going to say.
The sexy, classy liquors. There we go. Yes.
Anyway. My mind went, but
Carrot liquors. Carrot liquors.
Yes,
carrot liquors. Sexy carrot liquors. That works too.
Yes, Nikhil is going to be a panelist for the Sexy Carrot Liquors Nominees Composer Roundtable. No, it's the Society of Composers and Lyricists, folks, which is being presented by Impact and the SEL. I was like, trying to think of a nicer way to say that, and I was just like, no, my own sentence structure trapped me into saying it boringly. So he's going to be on stage with all these people here. And he's going to be talking about the wonderful song that I think we all know. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
I do.
The Hills of Tanchico, if you're not
I've
sure,
heard it
folks.
a couple times.
Yeah, I've heard it a couple hundred times, yeah. So.
Yeah, because he's nominated for an award.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
and I hope he wins, in all honesty. So.
I know. Finally, hopefully.
Needs to fucking win. Needs to be a thing.
Deserves it.
When are the costume awards? Speaking of people who needs to win awards.
I think the voting happens. I think the voting is just about to begin.
Oh.
Okay. I don't think that's a full quote situation. I don't know exactly if that's today, but I'm pretty sure they're super close to the voting beginning. So hopefully we know fairly soon. So, and then last but not least, no, I'm not going to play it, folks, because you need to buy it. But do you know what this is?
Yes.
It is the virtual tour from the Fashion and Fantasy exhibition. So, and here's the outside gallery. It's live, folks. It's up there. I have my copy. It's a wonderful tour. It's an hour long. It's full of great detail. It's full of costumes, but it's also full of like creation boards and really fun details that Sharon shares. And it even has a costume that wasn't in the physical tour. So even if you went to the tour, you should be buying this because you'll get information on a costume that.
Are you going to spoil us on the costume that's in there that's not in the tour so we all know?
Don't spoil it because I've watched like 10 minutes of it so far. I don't want to be spoiled.
Can you text me later, Rob? Tell me what it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is later. That's it. It's fun. I really hope people are sharing this out there because it will just help Sharon and Holger and Lenka, who are the three folks who put this all together collectively themselves. They did all the work and paid for everything to give them more bargaining rights to take it on tour to other places, and do more of this. So yeah, I really, really hope you go do that. And also, some of the footage is mine. I'm one of the 3 people that filmed it. So,
cool.
I would like you to see some, not as much as I'm the smallest contributor, folks. I didn't contribute like a huge amount, but still, I would really like it if you went and watched some of my work in terms of filming. So yes. The virtual tour.
Rob, since you have that open, could you put the main link in the chat for people?
Yes, I will. So all you need to do, folks, is go to let me just copy the page.
fashionandfantasy.com.
Yeah, exactly. fashionandfantasy.com. And you'll be able to purchase that. It's literally on the main page. It drops you there and it says the button says buy the virtual tour. It is it's £19, so $22, $21, something like that. Yeah. And you have access for life. And if you want subtitles, it has subtitles as well. Courtesy de moi. So it's
Good
accessible for everyone, you know. So,
Much G.
just, you know, we like accessibility in this fandom. So we
do.
We made sure it was up there. Took an extra few days, but we made sure it was there. So we can pop it in the Discord later. Heather, don't worry. Yes, we can absolutely do that. So yeah. And I think that's it. So yeah. We get I don't know if we need a cleanse, but I want you to watch my content, Rob, while you're watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, do you have a cleanse?
Speaking of cleanse, we haven't shown off the first page of the calendar yet.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh.
Somebody has to do it.
I got one.
My calendar is downstairs. Oh no, I have a spare. Where's the spare?
Mel's got one.
I have a spare. But no.
Is that the one you're going to send me?
I have one spare, folks, because it was cheaper to buy one more. It hit the next market up for the discount.
That makes sense.
It hit the next level up. I was like, I'll be one extra because I then paid less overall. Literally buying one more, the discount then made it cheaper than buying the lower number. It was just in that bracket situation. So I was like, sweet. Anyway, who's doing the reveal? Or shall we all do the reveal?
Mel.
All of us. Me. All me. All of me. Okay.
All you.
Are we ready for the
Do it.
January calendar? I have this angle quickly. I do. Okay. Ready? I think this is the most interesting interpretation
I
of the
agree.
Daniel Henry picture in the entire calendar. Starting it off with a bang.
Oh my god, I totally forgot that existed.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I remember when I was chatting to Kitty about doing this, and I was like, just have fun, like make it yours, but imitate the pose, obviously, imitate the photo. And and she sent me that.
Yup.
Yeah, and I was like, cool. It's fun side note, that is actually like her partner's kitchen where he works.
Oh, cool.
She runs out front, he runs the kitchen, so it's a legit industrial kitchen rather than a home grill. She was
Nice.
like, I could not take advantage of that situation. So yeah, they just
seriously.
took that moment, and
I like that.
Yeah.
The stab with the tongs.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the most aggressive.
Always got to be stabby.
Mhm. I agree.
Tonguing. Some
just realized
tonguing.
You gotta
Double
have the tongue.
tonguing. There.
I
Double
just realized
tonguing.
Double
we
tonguing.
didn't switch the music. There we go. Get the little sci-fi music, and while we're talking Henny,
Yeah.
little flash of the butt rock for you there.
A little bit.
Just a little flash.
Yeah, a little
I'm
bit.
gonna do stations real quick.
Yes, that sounds good.
Yes.
I've been bringing these to my live D&D games and giving my one shots and letting people choose their stabby affirmation for their characters, and it's been a big hit.
Nice.
Keep fucking going.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
That's
So good.
Yeah, that's highly accurate.
Everybody keep fucking going.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Are you adding a comma?
No.
Keep
Just-
fucking going?
Pause.
Like a fuck circle?
Yeah.
Keep fucking
going.
going.
Keep fucking going.
So I've been watching every now and again. I'm like, I need to watch this show just to bring back the good feeling. So I'm doing a rewatch of Schitt's Creek at the moment to
Nice.
boost the good feelings. And literally one of the episodes I watched today was the episode where Moira gets a garden and Johnny gets confused about the form and puts too many apostrophes in there. So it was like, you're talking about extra commas, and that just made me think of that.
Punctuation is important.
It is
Yes.
important.
It is. It is important. So
Oh.
right.
So,
we
Rob, are
we
you
have
going to give us the chapter 1 Holden summary?
an hour to talk about this, and I'm going to apparently summarize the chapter. So,
Oh, I love it.
in chat, I don't know. I feel like I need to try and do this Gus style now. So,
Oh God.
no, I'm not going to do it Gus style.
We have to come our own style.
Rob style.
Rob style.
Stabby style.
All right. Chapter 1, Holden. This dude doesn't listen to his chief engineer, but still she gets shit done for him anyway because she's a fucking badass. And then he goes and checks out some guy who got his elbow smashed off by a slow-moving iceberg, who is so determined to get back to work when he has the prosthetic limb that he doesn't care what the doctor says. And then he goes to the flight deck with the captain, who says we should stop at this abandoned ship. Then he goes and talks to, is she the communications officer or something? I think
The navigations officer.
Navigations officer, yeah. Goes to talk to his booty call that he wants to spend time with, non-bootying. And she's like, no thanks, dude. No.
That's not what this is, Holden.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't expect that. So kudos. And he's like, please. And she's like, no, I'm in a shit mood. I'll cook you dinner tomorrow. He's like, all right, fine. And then he goes to the flight deck and talks to the captain. And the captain's like, yeah, we got a situation. Like, here's a ship that, we should stop for because that's what we do. But I'm going to say that in a way that, because I don't want to stop, but I know you're going to follow the rules and make us stop. And that way the crew can hate all of us equally, or both of us equally. And so they make plans to slow down for 2 days. It will take them to slow down the iceberg they're moving. I have thoughts on that iceberg, by the way. And then
There wasn't water in space. I'm very upset about this chapter.
I mean, it's we get a frost in the freeze and ice.
We did discuss this last week.
Yeah. Anyway, and then it ends with debunking, possibly because we haven't got chapter 2 yet. Debunking, going back to the Scapuli, because I can't say the ship name properly, so I'm going to call it the Scapuli for fun. Going back to the Scapuli.
The scapula.
The scapula, yes. Going back to the abandoned scapula.
It's not the scapulesi. It's not your shoulder bone.
No, it's not the scapula.
It's not your wing. It's not your wing ship.
But it flies through space.
Scapulae.
Okay, fine. It's just one of those. Sometimes I forget words in books and I just don't want to read it. Anyway, and we go back and it's like, oh, what's the ship name, by the way? I don't want to give away my notes just yet. And they're like, oh, it's the scapulae. And it was like, dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun dun dun. And that was my very bad summarizing of the chapter. Because otherwise I would just give away lots of notes. And we'll do that now. So
good job.
No notes.
The notes.
So yeah.
You're not allowed to have notes.
I have 1,000 words of notes.
I was just saying no notes on his description.
Right. No notes. Right. Okay.
No notes.
so I don't know. Like, Mel, you go first or shall I go?
I was going to ask either one of you. Go ahead, Mel. You go first.
No, I want to dig in some of the 1,000 words. I'm curious what's got you so hot and verbose.
Yeah, what did get you so hot and heavy?
What got me so hot and heavy? All right, let me just dig through what got me hot and heavy.
Or cold and freezing because it's space.
I can dump some science on you. Okay, would you like me to drop some science on you? Because I got really into the science of moving an iceberg. Okay.
Nice.
So where is it? Also, I named that dude's almost as fast as speed light drive thing. I named it the Q drive. But yeah. Anyway, I'm like, where are we?
Because it has the same name as somebody we don't like right now.
I put that as a note that's
a really smart.
The fusion drive is unfortunate. Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna call it the Q drive.
That must have been a subconscious thing because I forgot it was called Fusion Drive and then forgot connections with it. And I was just like, Q Drive. Because I was thinking moving in space and Q being a pain in the ass. That's a Star Trek reference. Going to make those. Anyway, ice moving, I did the math. So ice moving at 5 millimeters a second is like ice moving at 1 mile an hour. So I totally understand how that guy lost his elbow because you reach in between the iceberg and something, you think, I've got space to adjust something or get something, and then suddenly you're almost stuck and you lose it. Totally understand that. But please tell me that's not how fast the ice moves in general, because I worked it out. To get from Saturn to the belt at 1 mile an hour is fucking impossible, because it's almost 900 million miles from Saturn to the belt. So that's 100,000 years a mile an hour. I did the math. This is approximations, by the way, folks. So I was like, it's got to be at longest a 6-month trip, okay? Because otherwise it's just pointless, unless this iceberg is the size of fucking Saturn itself already. So to get from Saturn to the belt, adding time to speed up and slow down, okay, because we've got to do that both ways. Back of my back of the napkin math as I wrote down. Do it both ways. So you need to get the ice moving at about 60,000 miles an hour. That would allow you to take the trip in about 6 months-ish, depending on, And then I worked out what that was in the speed of light, because I couldn't remember the speed of light off the top of my head, and I'm like, oh wait, that's 183,000 miles per hour approximately. In which case, Q drive is at least a third the speed of light. And I was like, ha! All from 5 millimeters a second.
Good job.
I have a really dumb question, though, about all of that. At least my assumption was, and you guys tell me if that was not reading right. I thought, well, okay, never mind. Let's continue talking, and then I'll think about it some more. Never mind.
I love that.
Ice, I thought was the speed of the ice outside the ship, right? So we're not talking about how fast the ice is in the ship for the actual trip, because that's different. The ship is faster than the ice.
Correct.
Yeah, but to me that just made it sound like, okay, like that's just how fast they get the ice moving, because it's not like it's going around Saturn. It's like when they're taking it somewhere, like so anyway, is it miles per second, Oliver? Oh, okay. Is it second per second? What is miles per hour? I'm going to re-Google that.
No, you did not have me on the show for math. I'll just tell you that.
Speed of light in miles per hour.
We need Jeopardy music.
Oh, it's 670 million miles per hour. Okay. Yeah, it's 186,000 miles per second. That's fair.
I love that
none of us were gonna.
I goofed it all up.
Check you. No, none of us were gonna check you.
No, this is why we have chat, so they can check
This is what the foldies are for.
And this is why it's back in the napkin math, and I'm not a scientist. Anyway, so that one.
So out of 1,000 words, was one page a whole math equation?
No. And what Patrick's saying is the most important thing, specifically with as we get into the discussion about slowing down the ice, changing directions to kind of go back, sort of backtracking to go to the scapulae. That is the slowing down so that you're not crushing the hull of the ship. As you're decelerating, the ice is free moving within the cargo space, and that's where I'm assuming that Paj got his injuries. Was he was, again, it's moving slowish, but when this huge iceberg starts slowly getting your arm to the point where, oh shit, I can't move it. This Yahoo belter all of a sudden is like, has a crush injury.
Yeah. No, I figured that was while they were just moving the ice and not moving the ship. But I just was like, please tell me that's not also just how fast they move it in general. So
I have a note. No. I have a note, and maybe someone can translate Belcher for me. I was like, what the fuck does skags mean?
Where was skags?
Patch says, I can buck ice one-handed better than half the skags you've got on this bitch.
I mean, I just...
What's a skag? That's what I want to know.
A skag is the unevolved form of placentamon.
Oh my god, really? That was completely not necessary.
I just put the T in the ground for him. I just sat it there. Just waiting.
God damn it.
Just waiting.
Oh.
Well, if the Foldies can do math and translate whatever skag.
Well, so isn't there? I'm sure there's some. I've read a book series that had skag in it as a slang word, but it was like a dystopian type book. So
Winter's Lady says guys, blokes, etc.
I mean, yeah. I just took it as a general term, like, you bozos, these idiots, as like any of those Muppets you've got working. Sure. So,
yeah. But we were talking about etymology last time. We can get into etymology.
We can.
But we can. Or we can just keep talking about this book.
We could keep talking about it, yeah.
All right.
Mel, did you have, apart from Skag, was there anything else you got stuck on?
I think for me the most interesting thing was that this chapter really centered Holden as a character, in that it really put him forward as an unambitious guy who was just going along to get along. It was kind of the vibe I got, especially in his interaction with Ade, who basically was just like, you have no ambition. And she's like, that's why she was just like, I'm not interested in you because you're not an ambitious person, which is, I think, really interesting to have as the second character we meet in a series. It's like, okay, so why this guy? Like, what's up with this guy? Why are we?
He's the XO, which is weird. If he didn't have any ambition, like, he's the XO. So, like, maybe she's like characterizing him a little bit weird.
But I got the sense that he's the XO because he's just been there for 5 years.
5 years, that's he's true.
Kind of like fallen into the position because it's like you're like required to get promoted.
I mean,
you just keep getting promoted if you just never leave the ship that you're on, right?
Yes, that's fair. But also, I speaking from experience personally, and actually seeing it in other shows, when I was young was like, I want to run my own place, I want to have a bit, blah blah, all that sort of stuff. As I got older, I was like, I like being a kitchen manager because I'm in charge of some things, but I don't want to be in charge of the whole place and have the whole buck stop with me.
Yeah.
So I liked being second in charge because I was like, I can boss people around. I can get shit done. I can make decisions when there's no one to make, when decisions have to be made and the boss isn't here. But generally speaking, they're the one that has to sort everything out. I like that. So I can see him being the XO and being like, cool, like I got to make sure the ship runs well, but I don't have to worry about like actually the ship and what it's doing, really.
Yeah, but he forgive me, he gives me the vibes of like, because all the other people that we meet in this chapter, I actually don't know what the medics.
I missed the medic's name.
But like all the other people are like, seem to be presented as wildly competent at their jobs, and he
the guy who got his arm
presented as like.
No, I like.
He's just promoted because he's a guy.
He's clearly I actually made notes about this. He is clearly very competent in his job. Okay, because how can you be that competent and have someone as your chief engineer like Naomi? Because this is actually what I found the most interesting interaction was with Naomi, the chief engineer, because how he blanks out. Shit, yeah. He blanks out on what she's saying and vaguely pays attention and repeats it back. And she's like, kind of, but not really. Here's what it was. And she's not pissed off at him. I was like, if you're a ship manager and you ignore your staff, they'll get pissed off at you and they won't respect you and they won't listen to you and they won't care. All right. He treats her like that and she don't give a flying fuck.
It's because later, though, in the chapter, my favorite was he was like, well, if Naomi says it, it's right. Like, exactly. So he has faith in her, so he doesn't have to really listen to her, right?
Yeah,
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the really competent ones are not the people in charge.
If you have a
this guy.
But that doesn't mean he got there by default. Maybe because I've been called that, like, oh, you don't want to, because surely you want to be more than the kitchen manager. Don't you want to train up and do this and do that? And I was like, no, I like being it. I don't want to be more. And so like, oh, so you don't care about a career then? Like you have no ambition? And I was like, why is stopping here where I like being a lack of ambition? Like why is choosing to be like, here is where I excel and where I love and what I'm great at, and this is where I want to stay. Why is a lack of movement, I suppose, classed as a lack of ambition? You know, why is my ambition not to have the best kitchen or the best, you know, team working under him in his case? I would.
Good leaders know how to delegate. So,
but this isn't about Rob. This chapter is about Holden.
I'm saying I empathize with the guy a lot because, like, I don't know. I think he's very competent. I like what I've written here. It's an interesting dynamic where you can zone out your team and it not be a problem. Clearly, he's earned her trust and vice versa over the years on the ship because it feels like she's been there forever too. And I was like, I like to think they've saved each other's lives a few times. So,
wow, interesting.
Well, I just got that vibe between the two. Sorry.
Yeah, and the way I've always read this about Holden is it's specifically with the discussion with Abe is that he's been there 5 years, whereas most people are only there for 2 or 3 runs and then they move on to the next thing. So when he's just like not necessarily incompetent, but more complacent or just apathetic to his situation.
I can roll with that one.
Yeah, so like not looking to do something better, like this is good enough for him. And she's just like, which no, seriously, like I'm leaving.
Which she doesn't.
Like I'm leaving, so we can just be a booty call because I'm not going to be here much longer.
I'm out after we're done. Yeah.
No point in getting attached.
Like one of no point, especially if he's going to stay. Like, why bother? That brings up a question though about ice hauling as a job, as a career in this world building world that space that we're in.
They've been doing it for at least a century.
Yep. And so, what do you guys think as a job? Would you be like, when you think about how big the universe is, and they have to get water. This is an essential job, but it obviously seems like pretty basic, low grade. It's not like people want to advance out of it and do something else. But for you, like, would you think that, like, would you want to do a job like that where it takes 6 months back and forth to, get the ice, bring it back, go again? Or what kind of job in space, if you were in space, would you want to do? If not ice hauling.
I mean, I had a friend who told me that he got a job at like Disney World or Disneyland or one of the parks, right out of college, and he got assigned to the the trash can,
the underground trash,
people? The underground trash can thing. But he was given a very specific route, right? And he just walked his route, picked up the trash, took it to the dumpster, walked his route, picked up the trash, took it to his dumpster, and I'm not kidding. He said, after 2 days, I quit because I realized that I could not just do the exact same thing over and over and over and over again for like any amount of time. Like 2 days was it. 2 days was my limit. And that's totally me. Like I would not be able to do a job that's like where it's the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. I used to do IT, and that was not varied enough for me. And you know how wild IT can be. Like I was like, it's boring. I'm bored. I lasted 6 months because I was bored. So yeah, that's definitely not the job I would need. I would need to do something crazier.
But ice hauling, they're like not really doing much for the months after they get the ice. Then they're just like playing ping pong and having sex. Like, what are they doing? They have nothing to do but to get to wherever they're going with the ice.
I mean, Leigh-A's been on a boat. She knows. Like, you have to keep the ship operating.
There's that, but
the whole ship has all those people on it for a reason, not just to
go. If there's no issues, nothing. Like, you're just traveling at that point, just slowly.
And there is a lot of that, like getting from point A to point B is one of those jobs that, when you get a place, you do the thing. So when you're, picking up the ice or like, capturing the ice or mining the ice or whatever we're calling it, like that's a very active job. And maybe a whole bunch of people who have normal daily duties, because I can imagine like you only want to have a minimum number of people on board. So I'm sure like other people will all help. And and then have other duties while you're doing the transit. But
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting that he was going to say, like the captain said, that if they diverted, it was going to do like millions of dollars of damage to the ship, and he kind of just shrugged about it, you know? Like, how lucrative is ice hauling?
That's what I'm thinking.
If millions of dollars of damage to your ship is kind of just like, well, cost of doing business.
They need water.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
It's probably going to cost you millions just to stop at the end point. So he's just like, well, it's just going to be like, you know, it would have been 2 million. Now it's going to be 3 million, you know, because we'll stop twice. So big whoops, like happens every time. So yeah.
A couple million bucks worth of banging up the hold.
It feels like, you know, those people who go out and do like king crab fishing in the whatever it is, the Alaskan Sea and stuff like that, you know, one of those extreme jobs that is, you know, takes you away from, like, we're going to be away from the family for, you know, 3 months because I'm going to live on a boat with someone and in the freezing conditions. So yeah.
So I will say the damage is going to be more from the changing trajectory. So slowing down probably at a quicker rate than they would want to, because they're going to want to get to this, like the emergency beacon quicker.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're going to go on a hard burn to get there. So that's where, so those accelerations, changing directions, and deceleration is where the damage would be. Whereas if they're going at a steady rate and can do more slow calculated turns where the ice isn't going to smash against the inside of the ship, that's what, that's the damage. And now they're going to lose whatever bonus they would have for being either on time or early.
Yeah. And plus they have to use all their suits and their seats, whatever they called again, you know, where they have to the crash couches, they got to use all that stuff. You know, that stuff they have to pay for to fill back up again.
I took a note. What does Rob think of crash couches?
Yeah, what do you think it is, Rob?
I mean, I just got the idea of a hammock that will just swing in whatever direction is needed type thing. So it's like because hammocks will just swing side to side already, and then if you had it on a gyrosphere, so it could like turn and then like spin out in the direction you need it, then that would, you know, cover all the bases.
I'm thinking Holden wanted to share his couch with Ade, and now he's like gonna be like it's gonna be a little awkward to crash.
He's gonna be in a lonely couch.
It's like a solo couch.
It is.
Have to share it with Taj.
I suppose now I think about it, it could just be like a, you know, a tube, not even a tube, but I mean a tube shape would be the strongest in terms of, you know, curve corners make for terrible strength reasons. So like just a tube that is padded like an insane asylum room, you know, the padded room sort of, the rubber room stroke that you just like in. It doesn't matter which way you go, there's soft padding to catch you. So now that I thought more about it, in my head I was just like, hammock, gyro, easy, done, moving on. You know, so
nice.
I like your first idea better, because part of the challenge is again that acceleration, right? Is like eventually you're gonna run into something rigid in one way or the other, but if you're just like suspended, it's less likely to cause damage.
Yeah, it's like you're already laying on it, it's just moving you in the direction and then increasing the g-forces, you know, rather than like possibly going bump into a different side of the room or something,
right?
The space. So that was just my initial thought. I don't, you know,
all right,
maybe we'll find out. So do you know what?
Maybe we will.
No, I didn't put my notes.
I mean, it is a couch, not a chair, so it's like you share it. And I just really want, like, to imagine. You never shared
a hammock?
That the
maybe
sex,
they have like.
That's what they do, is they have sex during the crashing on the couches.
What if they like crash recliners? Crash like lazy boys.
But they were. They're couches. Which implies seats for multiple people is all I'm saying. And crash into me, babe.
Guess we'll just have to raffle that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Torafo.
So Overseers asked if we'd rather work on a tanker or a cruise ship, and for me, 100% cruise ship all the time, 100%, 100% of the way. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get
People are so entertained. You're a tanker?
I might get paid more. I mean, is this like forever for the rest of your life? You can never change. I have to take seriously.
Well, clearly not in the world of this. Because
Who asked the question?
Overseers. So
Overseers.
Yeah.
If it's like one stint, I'm like, oh, I'll go work on a tanker.
Okay. Like, I think I would work on a tanker to recover from working on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I think if you do like every other, right? One cruise ship, 1 year, and then 1 year on the tanker, I think that'd be okay.
Okay, I can roll with that. I can roll with that. So.
Or like a short cruise, a short tanker haul. Not too short, not too long.
Yeah.
I need people. I need entertaining, wild ass, ridiculous people in my life all the time.
So
I say,
I have more notes about Holden.
Tell us.
Aside from obviously we're meant to really like Holden, you know, the writing.
Are we?
There. I don't know. I just got the vibe. I think we're meant to like Holden. The writing sort of gave me that vibe. I think he is. I described him as a moral rule follower rather than an actual rule follower.
What does that mean?
So
explain.
Because he's banging the navigation officer, which is technically not allowed because like she's like, can we smooch? Is anyone around type thing? So he's breaking a rule there. But then when the captain says like, you know, I suppose technically we should stop, but you know, I ain't gonna tell anyone if you don't. But I'm saying it like this because I know you'll make us stop, and then the ones who wanted to stop will hate me, and the ones who didn't want to stop can hate you. And like everyone is, you know, everyone's equally pissed off or equally happy. You know, so he's like, oh no, it's a moral, we have to stop, you know, this is a moral rule. But it's like no fraternization between us. Blind eye to that
it's
one,
merely
you know?
Guidelines.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm saying. So like the moral, you know, it's a very moral rule.
Sorry to the Germans.
It's a lot of space, but like, you know, it's also very, you know, a moral thing to stop and help people in need. Okay.
But it's the law of the space sea. You have to stop.
I think we pretty much know that people don't always follow the rules. So yeah, I think
which is explicitly stated in the text is like just because this is the law of space doesn't mean everybody does it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I would say that he's like, this is my moral compass says that this is a rule that should be followed. I will follow it, but otherwise, I'm gonna go 50-50 on it or something. Like he doesn't always, you know. Yeah, there we go. Who's hurt when each rule is broken? As Dana's just put, like, you know, if it don't really hurt anyone, he don't care. You know.
Yeah. So,
and I also thought that the captain is clearly waiting for retirement, and every man and his moondog knows he's coasting, with Holden probably just really running things. That's the other thing I decided.
You think Holden's running things?
Kind of like running
I mean,
like
that's kind of the XO's job, right?
Yeah, but he's, you know, the captain's just kind of like just rolling into retirement. He's like, I got like 2 years left. I'll just coast and do the bare minimum in the captain's chair and screw everything else. You know, that's kind of the vibe I got.
So, what did you guys think of the interplay between all the crew that you met? We met a lot of crew in this short chapter, right? Like 7 or 8 people.
Yes.
So, what did you think about kind of how they all chatted with each other and just like that sort of interplay?
Well,
like, do they feel like friends? Do they feel like they were on a job? Like, are they like good characters, bad characters?
I think it was very clear that Belters and people from Earth fucking hate each other, generally speaking. Not obviously Holden and Naomi's engineer guy who was just like, Naomi's
assistant.
The boss. Assistant. He's like, Naomi's the boss and nobody else. Which I really love that vibe, by the way. He's like, she's my boss. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I got her back, like no one's business. I love that. He's also like, you know, because she's some like Avatar 7 foot tall,
2 meters.
She's
2 meters,
a little over 6 feet. Yeah.
I'm like pretty. I mean, at least the 2 descriptions of Belters we got were both 2-meter people.
Yeah, but
So
it was
like,
so funny. It's
normal
like
adult height for
really
a-
long limbs and things like that. Kind of just kept giving me like Avatar vibes for some reason, even though the actual height wasn't fitting in with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the amount of times is like fuck the people from Earth. Basically, it was like every time that came up, it was the guy who was having his arm rebuilt or his arm eaten by maggots until it could be rebuilt. It was just like. There's a huge divide between the two of them, like the two parts of humanity or whatever, so
But it seemed like at least from the vibe, at least in this chapter, on this ship, they've obviously been together a long time. They're all really comfortable with each other. They're comfortable enough to express their like casual racism without it frustrating the other people and just like getting shrugged off, right? Like Holden shrugs off a lot of people's commentary. Like, this is just like the normal way that we talk to each other and insult each other and that sort of stuff.
It kind of felt like countries that are allies but not friends, almost kind of vibe.
Yeah,
not particularly on the ship. I just meant in general, Belters and people from Earth. Like, we're allies and we work together, but we don't actually like each other. Type of situation. On the ship they obviously do all get along and they don't care. They don't really care.
Did we catch in this, like, where, because Holden's clearly an Earther, but did we catch where he's from? Did they mention that?
I don't think he says it there.
No, but we learned that Ada is Nigerian, and people talk about yerba mate and stuff. So what's interesting, I thought was interesting, is that clearly, like, all of the Earth, like, cultures and countries they haven't homogenized in any way. They still all exist. So we've got all that diversity of the Earth cultures, and then we've got Belters too. And I'm curious, like, if Belters have divisions of cultures like the Earthers do. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I really felt like as an authors that this chapter was just really good at exposition in a organic way to teach you about the world. Like, I just thought the writing of this chapter was so good just for that. I mean, for many things, but like they slam with you with a bunch of information about the jobs, the world, the characters, how they played it with each other, and
magic
give
jello,
magic
the magic limb jello,
the limb jello. We're still using maggots.
Yeah,
we're still using maggots.
I was like, okay, are medical maggots like? I mean, they can't be real maggots. They have to be like some sort of engineered.
No, there are maggots that only eat necrotic flesh. It's a real thing. Yeah, there are certain types of maggots that will only eat necrotic flesh, and thus you could put them in a wound, and they will clear out all the necrotic flesh and leave healthy flesh.
Yeah.
So we think that's the same thing they're using here, or some sort of future engineered version of that they're just using.
I would say it's still those maggots. Yeah,
they're just straight up using maggots in the 200 and somethingth century.
Yeah, it's a thing. So
it's efficient. Like that's one thing that I love is that they've got all this amazing technology. So they talk about the Earthers being able to regrow limbs.
Yeah,
and that's like freaking cool. But then they're going back to a medieval, like air quotes, medieval technique of maggots. So like rediscovering something that's extremely practical and efficient. So especially when you have one medic on board to take care of everybody, like having tools available like medical maggots.
Do you know what that discussion also told me? When they discussed like, if we had the right insurance, you could get the magic jello that, uses like, what does it use? Is it like a mix of like fucking lizard and lobster DNA to like regrow limbs or something? That's really, I don't know how it's bizarre.
Good Belter built fake than anything those bastards grow in a lab.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite.
Probably turns you into an asshole.
Yeah, probably.
I love that. Probably turns you into an asshole.
No offense, Holden. No offense.
Yeah, but they talk about like if he had the different insurance or something, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he does.
Which means healthcare still fucking costs money.
It's so stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is about like this whole ice hauler business, like without these jobs, it just brings me back to COVID a little bit. Like people have these ideas of like who should make more money and who the upper crust of society is, blah, blah, blah. When it comes down to it, you need food, you need water. Like these guys are, blue collar workers. And I say that with no disrespect at all. Like they are doing the job that are going to save people's lives, and because they have water, like there's no water anywhere, like they have to do this. And there's probably millions more ships just like them, but they're not obviously treated just like, because they don't have the good insurance. They go out there and risk their lives and they get shitty insurance and they can't get the regrown arms. Just like in COVID, it was like gas stations, restaurants, grocery stores, had to work in this world that it was unsafe, and they're getting paid minimum wage or whatever. It's just like the world is still upside down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have all the science and nothing's been fixed. It's kind of what it feels like.
Love the way that the authors do that so quickly and start off talking about the fundamental foundation of the world that we're reading. So you learn, you have this fun chapter with Julie up front where we don't learn a lot about the world, we learn a lot about her. But this chapter, we've learned a lot, not just the world, like the solar system and how the solar system exists. And you've realized, there's Earth and Mars, and then these people on moons and other places, and
I wrote about that.
And we've got people like, and these are, like you said, like low-level blue-collar workers that are doing a essential service. Or, and I think one of the things that Julie's chapter set up was how important water is.
Yeah,
space, like not having access to water.
So you think that's going to be a theme?
Water.
Sorry, go ahead, Leigh-A.
Did you guys trick us into reading a book about water?
Maybe.
Mel is so offended now.
I'm so
much water. Every chapter. That's a question.
Actually, I'm not. That is the most Aiel thing there could be. If it actually is that about a battle about water, that's the most Aielish thing this book could be about.
True. Mm-hmm. So I did have a fun note. I was like, the guy who invented, whose name eludes me now, but Q Drive, shooting himself into the cosmos was an interesting choice. But kudos for leaving the details so that other people could colonize the solar system. I thought a moon on Uranus was a really crazy choice, although there is one of the moons out there, and I think it's on Uranus, where it's like a frozen crusted outside, but there's liquid water underneath. And we know this because it like occasionally like bursts out like a like flumes of water and stuff like that, which comes from the limited heat it does have flowing around and causing it to explode out. So you could live there, so that one does kind of fit. But the guy who really, anyone who wants to really be out there is kind of like, really, I'm very introverted, I really want to be out. I want it to be like, my neighbor is a long fucking way away and I want them to take a long time to get to me as well, like
yeah.
It was like interesting choice of settlement. I was like, yeah, okay, Uranus, right? Yeah, like I said Uranus wrong. I just left that one all for your imaginations.
Trying really hard to be chill about that.
Yeah.
And you know what else I found interesting was the size of the Canterbury, or the Cant, as they call it, which is pretty prevalent throughout the story. And I forgot that this was how big it was. I mean, I knew like the ice was big and they were bringing it back, but like it's 3/4 of a kilometer long and 1/4 of a kilometer wide. That's a big ass ship. And it used to bring people to all the places to live in the solar system, right? Like that's huge.
It's a 100-year-old big ass ship. There's a lot of work you gotta do. No one is slacking off.
It's true, but nothing rests in space. So At least not on the outside.
But it's got G-forces applied to it all the time. They're constantly fixing things.
That is very true.
I mean, that's why Naomi has all of that cred, why she's so well respected, right?
Yeah. Mel, I have a question for you. I'm curious if this came across to you, because it came across to me.
Sure.
All right. I feel like either... So let me get to... Where are we? Let me make sure I get this right. We're at the very least not meant to like Mormons, because the way that was written in there, just like, you know, to be the furthest out, except for Mormons who are just trying to get their generational ship and then fuck off and do their own, you know, reproduce how they want to reproduce type situation. So that kind of felt like very negative connotations. But that made me think, like, are we meant to hate all religions? You know? Or do we like get ones based upon Mars and Delta life and the Earth life? Like, and it's just we don't like Mormons. You know, so I was curious. It made me question which way that goes, and now I feel like I've stumbled onto something. By the way, no one's
remember that line.
So now you know we have yerba mate tea, and we still have yerba mate tea. We still have maggots, and we still have Mormons,
and Nigeria,
and we still have Nigeria.
Yeah,
Nigeria.
So,
we do. We know we have Nigeria.
Are you talking about this line? One moon of Uranus sported 5,000, the farthest outpost of human civilization, at least until the Mormons finished their generation ship and headed for the stars and freedom from procreation restrictions. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, because it was the freedom from procreation restrictions. Kind of felt like, you know, the Mormons just, you know, just want to get out of there because, like, we're still just, you know, can't. I don't know. Maybe am I reading too much into it?
What does it tell you about the world that there's procreation restrictions?
And that's what I was saying. Is like it's saying because in our nowadays time, Mormons have very large families, right?
Right.
And so that something has happened to make it so that they can't have the very large families that they culturally want to have. And so, to me, that was just telling some interesting cultural background about like everything that's going on, and not necessarily a judgment call. It didn't give me like it was like they were judging it. It was just stating a fact that there is still religion. Right. We learned there's still religion, at least one religion. We learned that religion is still like chafing at the bit of like the government, right? Trying to restrict the religion so much so that they apparently are capable of funding and building a whole ass ship so they can move their entire culture somewhere else so that they can have the freedom to do what they want.
Yeah.
And very much the same way they did originally. So it didn't really seem to me like a judgment call about it, just like more interesting background information. At least so far.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it kind of felt like they want to get out of Dodge because they don't like living there. And if someone doesn't like living somewhere, I don't know. I just kind of fell on the side of like, well, maybe they don't feel welcome, or they don't, or aren't welcome there. And so that kind of like just fell on the side of like, we don't like Mormons.
Yeah,
for me anyway.
I the sense that it was just like there was chafing. Obviously, that like there's conflict between religion and government still in this version of the world.
They want to make babies.
They want to make babies, and they are restricted from being able to do that. Right.
I mean, it kind of sounds like Holden wants to practice making babies. So
yeah, but there's a big difference between practicing and actually making. So
absolutely, you know. I mean, because he wanted to get to know her and have a relationship. Like,
yeah, she's like, she wants to practice. He's like, I want to woo you and then practice.
Yeah.
So
I thought calling it a generation ship was really interesting. It's like, what does that mean? Do they think they're going to travel for an entire generation before they find their new homeland?
At whatever speed of light they're traveling, like whatever, like quarter, half, third, whatever it is, speed of light. You know, it takes you a long time to get anywhere to the nearest stars. So
yeah.
Heather makes an interesting point that she thinks it's a mirror of when the Mormons moved west.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's exactly what happened the first time when they founded Salt Lake City. It's like exactly that same thing, but in space.
Does that mean Salt Lake City is not there anymore? Or is it
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
So to
We
me,
but do we have Salt Lake City? I don't know.
brief understanding.
He's just trying so hard to get conspiracy theories
of Mormon
going.
culture is that Salt Lake City is not Mecca, right? Salt Lake City is not like that's not like the Garden of Eden, right? That's in it's in Missouri. Correct me if I'm wrong, Heather. It's not in like Utah is not the Promised Land. Promised Land is further east. So, but clearly they've succeeded. What I will say is it shows that they've succeeded in keeping Mormons around and proselytizing and growing so much that they can build a whole ass ship. That's
Totally.
It's a lot of money required for that. They don't, it's a lot to put together. Okay, so I've read too much into that. That's fair. No worries.
Well, or not. We don't know.
There's no judgment here.
Was I right about Missouri? Yeah, it's Missouri. But yeah. So yeah, they clearly haven't been able to like find their earthbound promise. Yeah. So they're still looking.
I am curious though if we get like Martian-based religions now or like Belter-based religions. That would be interesting. I don't know how they come to be, but
Raffo, get to say Raffo.
I love it.
You're enjoying the rapper there, so.
So much.
Yeah.
So the other interesting thing we learned about Holden is that the captain says to him, "Don't play hero again."
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think that means?
He's the reluctant hero, isn't he? Or maybe.
Is he?
Oh, maybe. No, he's not. Well, you were like saying he's really unambitious. That kind of also fits into reluctant for me, anyway. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's on the scopuli. I'm gonna get that wrong all the time. I don't know why that word.
The Cant.
The Cant even. Yes, sorry. Yes.
Canterbury.
Yeah, that's why he's on the Canterbury, because he was a hero and
Canterbury is English. Come on.
I don't know. I'm terrible with ship names.
I'm English. I'm telling you. It's this fake Manchester accent. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. He's from New Jersey, guys.
Whoa. Have you seen this physique? I'm not from New Jersey. So.
Are you Mel, are you predicting that he's from New Jersey?
No, I was talking about
Rob. Say I'm from New Jersey.
Oh.
But you got really excited, so maybe now we should say Holden's from New Jersey, Mel.
I guess so. Holden's from New Jersey.
I really want to know where you think he's from.
He's a Jersey bro.
Oh. He strikes me as Midwestern. That's fine.
I mean, if he apologized a bit more, I might say he's Canadian, but
All right. I'm writing down Holden predictions for where he's from.
Oh God, I don't know.
Mel says Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, what did you say?
The Midwest is a solid shout. If he apologized more, I would say Canada.
Right, you said Canada, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the way. I don't know. Like I feel like fuck it. He's British. That's what I'm gonna say.
British. Okay.
All right.
Canadian or British? You're sticking with the Commonwealth. Okay.
Yeah. He's Commonwealth of some kind, but not like Australia, New Zealand's. Like he's Northern Hemisphere Commonwealth.
So
there's nothing wrong with Southern Hemisphere Commonwealth, just by the way. But he's Northern Hemisphere, I'd say.
What do we think Holden did heroically before? Yeah.
Saved Naomi.
You think so?
I really think those two have saved each other at least once. Like there is a huge amount of respect between those two, in my opinion. They've either worked together a lot over the years in various places.
In the trenches with each other.
They've been in the trenches a lot with each other, and I would think that includes him saving her and her saving him. Because you get to that stage where you've saved each other enough that it's like, who cares? We don't count them anymore. Like favors and all that sort. It's just like whatever. Like I got your back, you got mine. Doesn't matter how the count goes. It's just in the trenches together. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
Always got your back. Kind of. That's the vibe I got between those two. So I don't know. I really like Naomi as well. I hope she appears a lot more. I really like her. So it's a good poker face. That's true. So
I'm going to work so many facial muscles.
Not a good poker face.
Mel.
That's what.
I just constantly have a smirk. Any which way.
So I when they were talking about the ship at the end, the Scopuli, I was like, "Ooh,
yes,
okay,
let's
so
talk about that."
It's a Martian. It's a Martian ship.
It's a Martian ship
from the home port of Eros.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, that Eros seems like a thing to me. Eros. I googled Eros. I didn't Google the ship. I googled Eros.
Okay.
Okay. Eros is the Greek god of love, sexual desire, and procreation. So I thought it was very fitting that this is the ship that is growing new life in the form of Placentamon.
It's not.
Oh my god.
We've already established it. They're not on the Scopuli. They're on some other ship.
Yes, remember the Scopuli was
it's the ship
taken to another ship.
What?
Okay, let's review.
The crew of the Scopuli got attacked by pirates.
What got taken from the Scopuli to another
or by someone. So they took the Scopuli to, like, they used the Star Wars tractor beam, okay? Let's picture it that way. Sucked the ship to their big ship.
Okay.
And then Julie was in the locker, and all the crew were either out the airlock or part of Placentamon.
But
so
they found
right. So that's my question. Did you expect them to find the Scopuli?
No, no.
I thought they would find the ship that Julie was on.
Right, so what does that tell you? How was the beacon on the Scopuli going off? Like, did they hit the beacon before, like, when they were boarded or when they were taken, or you know what I mean? Like,
need sharks.
I'm still lost. So the locker was not the Scopuli?
No. That was the ship they were on when they were
Julie's original ship when she and the crew got kidnapped was the Scopuli. So they got taken from the Scopuli to another
brought
ship.
onto the other ship.
So why is it talking about them being on the Scopuli in the prologue?
They're the crew from the Scopuli. That's what they say.
Yes. Yeah.
Trust me, I've had to go back every time I do this. Every time I watch the show or read the books, I have to do all of that.
Scopuli had been taken 8 days
right.
ago.
Hot take. That is a really shit bit of writing then, because it is not. I was honestly not following.
For the first hours, the ship she'd been taken aboard wasn't under thrust. It's in there, and we talked about it last week.
Yeah,
there's a beacon going off on the Scopuli.
Anyway, the Scopuli, the original ship, Julie's original ship. So we learn more about Julie now. We know Julie's on a Martian ship, and that
she was on a Martian ship when she was taken.
Martian registered ship. That's home point was Eros, so we don't know where Eros is or what Eros is. So we learn there's even more places that we haven't even talked about yet.
So many.
But yeah.
So now what do you think they're going to find on the Scopuli? Do we think Julie's still by Placentamon?
Like, the baby from Placentamon!
The baby?
What?
Placentamon's baby!
So I continue to be like, you've made me worse now. So they're not on the Scopuli in the prologue.
Right.
No.
But the ship she is on. The ship she is on is where she finds Placentamon. So why are we now talking about finding Placentamon on this Scopuli ship?
Why not? I'm asking you, what do you think is going to be on?
He's asking what
Scopuli. If she was on the other ship,
contagious.
But how did the beacon get lit?
Maybe the placenta got separated from its baby because they're not the same organ. So maybe the baby's on the Scopuli and Placentamon.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I at this stage, anything else I've written is pointless at this stage because it goes from the speculation that they found Julie in the Scopuli.
Well, what if there is also Placentamon on the Scopuli? We haven't reeled that out. We don't know that what if there's Placentamon on both ships?
Do you think Julie's ship brought the placenta to the big ship? Or did the big ship give the placentamon to the little ship. It's like, here's the big ship, here's the little ship. And they're together. And then they're not.
Do we need a diagram of a
No, I get it. I just like literally anything I've written after that in my notes is pointless because none of it seems to it doesn't translate to they found the ship that wasn't involved in the prologue in essence. So
yes.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
They didn't capture somebody else?
Was on it. The crew was taken from it.
Yeah, but that's literally the involvement for the prologue. So like anything I've written is pointless now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just like I've just added some notes. Like really shit
change
writing
what
has just
you
made
think?
this pointless now. Sorry, you know.
Well-
So, Rob, I do want to get back to your Eros comment. So you did some Googling and you realized it was named after a Greek god of love.
Yeah.
If you had kept going, though, or if you had typed Eros space, you would have realized that Eros is an actual named asteroid that is near Earth. And I just put a link to the NASA, so the US NASA website about Eros, the asteroid, in chat. So yeah, like there's an actual real.
It's a penis asteroid. Are you looking at the pictures?
No, I'm not looking at the pictures.
No, click on-
Eros is right there. That's Eros.
Ah.
In the belt?
Yeah.
It's a near Earth.
In the belt.
In the belt.
Near Mars and Earth, yep.
Okay, so it's a Martian registered ship from the belt. It's interesting.
Yeah, so
See,
here's-
penis asteroid.
It makes sense that placentamon might be from there.
First
Like,
asteroid.
maybe one of Julie's like shipmates hid out on the scopuli and didn't get taken by whoever took them, and that's how the beacon didn't hit. I just want to say that.
I mean,
But,
how would
like-
we know? Like, we have zero information about how many were on the scopuli. Like, we have Julie's POV, and that's it. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, there was.
you know, it could have been a crew
There
of
was-
5. It could have been a crew of 500 for all we know. So,
Mhm.
There
yeah.
was Captain Darren and Dave,
There's
And
a bunch of
then
other people mentioned.
Derek,
Mhm.
who's apparently
Captain Derek,
the fake guy we made up. Yeah.
Captain Darren, everyone else, Mike, Dave, Juan Lee, they'd all just thrown up their hands and gone along quietly. They'd scrubbed the ship. When the attackers came aboard, they couldn't play innocent. And then they were hustled out of the ship through that mylar tube with no without even environmental suits, right? Drag them off. So the Scopuli was a little transport ship.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little ship. So
I suppose not everything I've written actually doesn't make sense. I predict that they're the second ship to find the scopuli, not the people who trapped Julie, and obviously they kidnapped her instead. And everything else is pointless because it still implies that they're all on that ship. They were on that ship. So yeah, like, and what did I put? The first folks used the ship. Yeah, that doesn't matter. So yeah.
well, it could happen that if they find the Scopuli, they could still be close to the ship that wasn't under thrust for a while, right? So they could still be in the same vicinity. So they could run into both ships. They could run into the Scopuli.
Yes, this all depends on the timeline and the overlaps. So
that's true.
Is this after Julie has escaped the 8 days that Julie has escaped and found the mud?
Placentamon.
Author's words.
Blood mud?
Author's
Blood
words.
mud.
It's got veins in it.
Oh my god, stop.
All right, we need to wrap up because I know Amis has to go soon.
I do, but you guys can keep talking.
Okay. Ask us other.
Don't rush off for me.
So,
right.
So Heather said in our full spoilers chat, put a list of questions, and one, because again, we're getting to our time, I'll just ask one out of them, because romance. Definitely not asking the third one, Heather. Is Holden a romantic hero or a romantic sap? And this will go to Rob and Mel.
Romantic hero, romantic what?
Hero or romantic sap?
Sap. Right?
Oh,
SAM. SAP, right?
Yes, SAP.
You mean like
Not
like
SAP.
like he's sappy? Oh, okay.
Sappy,
Yes, sappy.
yeah.
Are those things opposites?
Romantic hero and a romantic sappy person?
Yeah. Can you not be heroic and sappy in love?
Guess you could be both.
I don't know. Like,
Okay, well, most us.
yeah, that they don't feel like you can't be both. I'm not saying he's both. I just feel like, you know, yeah.
I wonder if the question is more like, is this a romance? Is this a romance in space book that we just didn't know it?
No. It's a fighting over water book. We've decided that already. So
It's a monster fucking book.
yeah,
We already have.
it's an ice fucking book.
Oh, dear.
We're all going to hell.
We also ask, what other questions did Heather have? I don't have that open.
What do you think Holden's girlfriend, air quotes girlfriend, was listening to in her headphones?
Good question.
EDM for sure.
Pretty boring. I thought she was listening to some version of Sonar.
No, she was listening to something with a kick-ass bass, wasn't she?
I don't know. Like, apparently, I don't pick up those details. So,
But you pick up interesting details.
I pick up.
You do.
Apparently, I pick up details that aren't accurate as well. Like, you know.
Well, I mean, we all kind of read like that. I thought Alana was Black Aja for like forever. Like, and I read the whole last series and I thought she was Black Aja. And people told me I was wrong. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, she doesn't really say what's in her headphones, does she?
No. But it had some bass beats.
That's what I was thinking. She was just listening to like the sound of the ship and the sound of like the ice moving. I don't know. Like, and she could like pick up sounds like
so ASMR, some ASMR, ship ASMR.
Yeah, like, you know, she could tell where people were on the ship, or like when the captain's coming down from his cabin. She could probably I don't know. I kind of felt that she was listening to the ice that they were moving, because it would make different sounds if it was doing something wrong. Like, I don't know, if it was going to split or something.
So,
you know,
this
like
was the line that made me think she was listening to EDM. She wore thick headphones that covered her ears, the faint thump of the bass line barely escaping. And then the headphones had all of these coded in alerts, but she was like, she would take them off and look like she was doing something if the captain walked in. But until then, she's just gonna. Like,
that's probably where I was like, she's listening to shit within the ship, because she knows when things are happening.
I'm not asking the third question.
I don't know what it is. How about? Let's see. I gotta go.
So, well, we do have our general IEL questions that we haven't got to yet.
You guys do those.
All right. Thank you, Amise.
Love you, Amise.
I love you guys.
Love you.
I'm gonna try to exit out of here somehow.
All right.
I'm on a new device, people. I can't figure it out. Love you all.
Well, look, I'll pop you out the studio so you can figure it out in the background.
Yeah.
So.
Have
Oh, I think that was too quick. Sorry. we'll put Leigh-A there so she is like, you know, just keeping an eye on us. I don't know. I don't know. I still like the idea of ship sonar and ASMR. I don't know. For some reason, I still like that. So
I love it.
Maybe with a with you know, an EDM beat just with it, you know.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
that's fun.
All right.
Kind of like
so we've got. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So we've got our general Aiel questions also that we can go through. And I think actually that they all apply. We also had another one added from since last week's show for somebody who watched later.
Is that the question from Ashkova?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So first question. You want to start with that one?
Yeah.
All right. From Ashkova, the new question. In this chapter... Dun, dun, dun. In this chapter, who earned G or Toe, or both, and why?
I think Holden could give an example for both. Because he earned Toe for ignoring his chief engineer. Even though she didn't care, because they have that relationship, still ignoring someone earns you some Toe in my book. And I think he earns G for saying we still have to stop for the ship, even when the captain was kind of, leaning towards hiding the records and just flying on anyway. So I'm sure there are other examples, but I think he could do both in that chapter.
I think Naomi earned G for diagnosing the problem accurately and knowing what to do to fix it, even though she has to wait for permission because stupid rules and stuff. And Paj earns G for taking his missing arm like a maggot loving freak.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then I think both the captain and Holden earned Toe for not being truthful about their decision to stop the ship. Because they basically had this whole subterfuge thing that they played on the whole crew.
Do you know what's something that's just occurred to me right now? Thanks to
just accepting the we're going to stop and accepting the consequences of just saying this, we have to do this and we should do it.
Yeah. Heather's comment just made me think of Naomi in a Wheel of Time way, and she's now giving me minus the Big Brother situation, but she's giving me kind of Sulan vibes. Where Sulan always has G. Sulan's always, number one. Sulan is got your back for everything type thing. Yeah, Julie's giving me Sulan vibes, I think.
Okay.
Holden is definitely not giving me Rand vibes. Because there's a competence between the two of them. And there's no competence between Rand and Sulan. Not on Rand's part, I mean, It's a very, very useless Wetlander in that relationship.
Okay.
Whereas, yeah. Yeah.
So for me, I think Abe had G for being honest with Holden about her expectations in the relationship and and not hesitating to state her mind and then standing her ground. And he's like, no, but I mean, we could be a couple. And she's like, dude, no.
I love that.
Use your brain. Use this brain.
Yes.
Use this brain.
Yeah, accurate.
So,
what do you think, Toe?
I think the corporation has Toe. Clean and Pure has Toe for having shitty healthcare for their workers.
Yes.
Not including the Jello on the medical.
Yes. Where's the magic Jello?
Or even having. You have to go through tiers of you've been on board or working with them so long that you've got these different tiers that you better healthcare. So if you're just brand new and your life gets ruined, yes, I do think there should be benefits with working for a company for a long time. It should not be standard healthcare, especially in a dangerous job like this. That's fucking bullshit.
That's accurate.
Having catastrophic bodily injury doesn't matter whether you've been there one day or 20 years. It's still the fucking same thing. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and one other person has toe. Dave. Fucking Dave. Trader Dave has toe.
Fucking Dave.
Trader
Fucking
Dave
Dave.
has toe.
He's
So.
not even in this chapter.
I know, but he still has toe, just because.
Dave.
Dave or Darren? Or Derek?
No, it was Derek. Derek died. So Cap Derek died. We think. Maybe. Anyway, next question. Sorry, I just wanted to.
Right. Next question. What is the most Aiel moment in the chapter?
What was the name of the guy who lost his arm?
Pash.
Paj. Yes, Paj.
Yeah, Pash. For saying like, I can fucking do it one armed if I need to.
Yeah,
He's like, nothing's
For
gonna
sure.
hold me back. Nothing's gonna stop me. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
I agree.
Pash being Pash.
yeah.
Pro Pash.
Pro Pash. Yeah. Now, if he's a traitor, I'm be
It's
pissed.
Derek. Doesn't matter.
Pash
what his
is
real
Derek.
name is. Name is
Justice for Derek. Come on.
Derek. No. Dave 24/7.
Team Derek.
Okay,
Nels Team
who
Dave.
in the chapter acts most like an Aiel?
Mm,
And again, I've forgotten her name. The comms chief, who's like, no.
Ade?
Yeah, we're like, no relationship. This is just what it is. Like, clear communication. You know.
Yeah.
I'm wedded to whatever life I'm moving on to next after this job. Like, I'm not giving up that for you on this ship that you're comfortable on.
I'm
Yeah.
going to give that to Amos.
Oh.
We only got a bit of him, but he was just like, he knew who his chief of chiefs was, had a clear plan, did not stray. He's got a very singular worldview. That's very Aiel.
That last bit feels accurate. Yeah. She's the boss. That's it. What she says
Wow.
goes. I don't care who you are. So
Yeah, and even if she's not the boss, she is my boss.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because that was the subtext.
All
right?
other bosses can
Yeah.
go packing. She's
He meant
Hashtag no kings.
Amos might
Mhm.
be on Captain McDowell's ship. Holden might be the XO, but in Amos Burton's world, only Naomi was boss.
I would say Paj, just because of the stoicism to an injury and the willingness to get out there. And even when Shed was like, it might be a couple weeks, and Paj was like, I can get out there like next week. It's all good. As he's
Yeah.
like doing it
Don't
with
need
one
that.
hand.
I'll be on the next drive. Don't you worry. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm
Don't-
always
totally, I-
ready. This is what I do. That's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, and again, the stoicism about the injury in general, and the
Yeah.
just the, I feel like that is just such an Aiel to slough off. Like, oh, they took my hand, but I'm still gonna go fight. So.
Yeah.
He's excited about his prosthetic.
Yeah.
The breaking in period.
And he says aid is a maiden.
Honest maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Were there any other questions, or was that?
Oh, yeah. You got who is the token Wetlander of the chapter?
The token Wetlander of the chapter.
Holden.
You say it's Holden?
Totally.
I was gonna be like the captain, because he's just like fucking sitting in his chair, like coasting. You know,
Nah.
he's the token guy in charge. You know.
It's Holden.
All right.
Yeah. And then final question, what is the stabbiest moment in this chapter?
It's this line. Comfortable, he says. The Kansas century-old ice holder. You can't find a shittier flying job, but you have to try real hard. Everyone here is either wildly underqualified or seriously screwed things up in their last gig. And you're comfortable here.
Yeah,
She's just like,
that's pretty stabby.
she just stabbed him right there.
I'd agree with that one, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think a close second would be would be the I can buck ice better than one-handed, better than half the skags got in this bitch, or whatever it is. Like, kind of like as an honorable mention, but definitely not the winner. So I was just like, I don't know if that's stabby. I feel like it's stabby to everyone else who bucks ice. So
I mean, sure, but he wasn't directly saying it to a person.
That's why I'm like, it's an honorable mention, but not actually a stabby moment. You know?
Yeah,
like
it's like a
stabby
adjacent.
Stabby attitude.
It's a stabby attitude, yeah, kind of stabby attitude, stab adjacent, that sort of. Yeah, it's not. You know, I felt like it was an honorable mention situation. So
I'm with you. I follow.
I think Naomi's glared at Holden when he wasn't listening, and she's just like, my dude.
I mean, that's so normal.
Hey, I'm not wasting my breath just because I like talking.
That's so normal.
So, any more questions after that?
Nope, that was our last question.
All right. I have
you have a foretelling?
I had a foretelling that I think maybe might half still apply, even though it comes in the section of like, I'm really not understanding the story properly.
Before we do the foretelling, did we want to do the poll for ideal chapter amounts? So I did look ahead through chapter 5. All the chapters are 9 and 10 pages. So chapter 2 is 10, 3 is 10, 4 is 9, 5 is 10. And just based off of the pure number of pages in the book and the number of chapters, if it's divided evenly, it's approximately 10 pages per chapter.
Okay.
I mean, I think we got over an hour's content out of those 10 pages. I mean, I wrote 1,000 words.
That's fair.
That I'm not saying that we couldn't do more
I'm
chapters.
open to stretching it to extending it to 2 chapters.
I'm open to 2.
I'm open to stretching it to 2. I do like how ridiculously like in the weeds we get, and I think it's funny. But if you disagree, like,
I know. Well, and I'm happy to keep up with whatever. Because again, like I know one of the we figured. I say let's do another week or 2 of 1 chapters, because one of the reasons we initially agreed on the 1 chapters was sometimes life just happens. And 10 pages sounds easy unless shit gets crazy. And then if you're having to do 20 or 50 pages, that like changes the entire dynamic.
Maybe let's try. I mean, do you know how many POVs we have in this book?
I do.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to be spoiled?
Well, I'm just like, should we keep this cadence of learning one person's POV, like focusing on one?
Well, because chapter 2 is Miller, so this is a new person that we have not met, that you have not yet met, and then I do believe for the most part it does. And then what I'll say is chapter 3 is Holden. So I'm trying not to spoil anything.
Okay.
So there's a new character next week, and then we get back to.
So let's do 1 more week of 1 chapter.
1 more week
so
of
that
1
we can
chapter.
focus in on whatever the Miller situation is. I mean, I know, but like we can focus, like meet Miller. And
do you know what the Miller situation is?
I mean, I vaguely remember from the show.
I mean, it's a really shit light beer, if I remember correctly.
and then if we go into like we go back into Holden's world, I feel like we could do probably 2 chapters when we're returning back to worlds that we have already.
I just almost crushed a cat with my book.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I don't think we should ever do more than 2, because
let's do Miller next
the weeds.
week.
The weeds are fun, if I'm honest. Like being in the weeds is quite fun, and like I've not even tried to like really dig into it. I was just like writing notes, and just things just ran away from me, and I was just like writing. So
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of go into. I tried to do something similar to you before I went back and reread the actual sentence. I was just like, oh my god, did he get an amputation in space? And like, what the hell would happen if you're in space and you've got like an amputation? And then I realized I was like, oh, it was a crush injury and he was probably on board, like still in a suit, but not in a like EVA suit.
Yeah.
So but definitely we'd love feedback, because I do know, like, I don't know if the Foldies are like joking, especially the ones who have read all the books are like, oh my god, 1 chapter a week is too hard, because it is so good. And it only gets crazier from here.
Yeah.
There are going to be some chapters where you're just like, wait, what? How can I not go forward?
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 more week, meet Miller, figure that out, and then we can see how we do, because we're learning about we're learning about lots of exposition, and then we're going to get into the story, and maybe there's going to be less of that kind of like discussion. So
yeah,
I think
and maybe we could play
torture everyone for at least 1 more week with just 1 more chapter, and then we'll see if we can stretch it to 2.
Yeah.
Does that work for you, Rob?
Yeah, that's fine. I just think we should that 2 would be the limit. Because if we spent over an hour talking about 1, like, I know we're in the week, I know we're learning a lot of exposition and stuff right now, but I worry that if we did more than 2, we're like, okay, well, now it's a 3-hour show, so
or we would skip some of our neurotic exposition and naming of
penis asteroids.
Things. Penis asteroids. That's why I think that there's a baby on the scapula. There's a penis asteroid, and
Eros is the Greek god of procreation. So
that's what I'm saying. And the scapula
and romantic love,
penis, and I learned about Holden.
Actually,
trying to find romantic love.
That ties into my final note that I kind of thought wouldn't apply. So I put Julie will be Holden's new love interest, especially because the comms chief told him it can't be more than sex.
Oh, okay. So Rob
and Holden are gonna hook up.
Yeah.
Maybe on the penis.
Wait, you think they're gonna hook up, or you think she's
I think there's going to be a romantic.
Love.
I think there's going to be a romantic attachment for the 2 of them. Whether that actually comes to fruition in the book, I hesitate to make a bet on yet. But I think there will be love between the 2 of them, even if it's not fully realized in the story right now. So, and yeah, I love the fact that you're okay with a 3-hour show, but we can't do a 3-hour show. So,
some of us have to actually go to work in the morning, and some of us are up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, if we did a 3-hour show, I would be up until 6 a.m. in the morning. So.
That sounds terrible.
Yes. Like, I would like to be able to do some things on a Friday. So, yeah. Sorry, folks.
Man.
I know, right?
Where we rank.
Indeed.
All right. Foretelling was love interest. That was
Holden and Julie will be a love interest for each other.
Okay.
Yes, that's
okay.
Mel, do you have any foretellings?
Foretellings. Okay, I'm gonna make a foretelling that Ade gets axed. She dies soon.
Okay.
Soon.
Is that the guy with the missing arm, isn't it?
No. It's Holden.
That's
playing off of your foretelling.
The nav officer.
That we've got to remove Ade from the game.
Yeah.
So that there's space.
Oh, so you're making a subclause too. So
yes.
Holden so she's gonna pass.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're supporting Rob and you're adding to it.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Right, so that's it, folks. So for next week, you need to read, if you're reading along with us, chapter 2, which is Miller. So please post your selfies with a Miller light. Apparently Miller is a loved character based on that reaction, I think.
Well, somebody said Miller is very important in the chat.
Yeah, don't say things like that if we can, people, because that like makes me now add a lot of emphasis on Miller.
POV character. It's kind of
that doesn't mean I mean Matt's a POV character occasionally, and he's not, he's not important until later on. So fucking Olva gets a POV for Christ's sake. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, yes. Read that for next week, folks. And yeah, if you're watching back later on afterwards, please let me know whether you got confused about what ship was where and who was on what and where the monster is and all that sort of crap. Please let me know I'm not the only one who can't read a chapter correctly. So,
And a reminder, in the Discord channel, we do have 2 threads under the Threefold Talk chat channel. One that is only keeping up with our reading level, so it'll be to chapter 2 next week. And then anybody who has seen the full show and full book, we might end up breaking it up later because I do realize there is a mix.
Maybe, but yeah.
Maybe, we'll see. We don't want to get too complicated in this. Right now in that full, we're not using spoiler bars at all in the full spoilers.
Yeah, Mel and I are not going to look in that thread, so we will be spoiled.
So if you've got theories or like a lot of the fun discussion, some of the fun discussion, like that's where Heather posted her
Please
question.
tell me there's a lot of Placentamon discussion in that channel.
Oh my god,
that's all I want to know. Please tell me. Yes?
Yes! I was not happy at all about the fucking Placentamon discussion.
I need an artistic rendering of this. Buds.
Oh yeah. So if you're
please
doing
make
the
us
setting,
a Placentamon.
No.
In the cathedral engineering room.
Because I do feel like Rob's gonna make a t-shirt out of Placentamon and we can't use the we really shouldn't just use the Pokemon mud creature thing.
No.
Nope.
But we could do a stylized version of it, and it can say "Justice for Derek" on it.
I mean, yeah, Mel wants veins, I'm sure.
It has face.
Yeah, Mel doesn't want them. Mel's being accurate. Mel read the book properly, so
Yes.
Yes. Watch last week, Winter's Lady, and you will find out how Placentamon came to be. So.
Or don't. Yeah. Or don't.
Leigh-A, this is Placentamon is a thing forever. Like 3 books down the line, if we're still doing this. Which, do you know what? So far, I really hope we are, because this is like hilariously fun. Placentamon's still going to be brought up occasionally, so this is going to be like our time traveling Tam, from the Wheel Reads, where they talk about time traveling Tam like once a book after the initial constant discussion of him. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. We hope you've had a lot of fun enjoying the chaos with us. So if you're reading along, chapter 2 for next week, and then we'll reassess from there. If you're not reading along and you're just enjoying the fun, great. Go hit up that spoiler channel and gross out Leigh-A. And we will see you next week when we discuss Bella. Took me a second to remember that. So, but until then, I love what's going on in chat. Until then, everyone, may you always find love, water, and shade. Bye!
May you always find love, water, and shade.